Bitcoin's alive, what you gonna do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. We should see you go be it's Ordinal revolution.
It's a revolution. Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We are live for another Ordinal hour. Welcome to the show. We got so much going on today, guys. No monkeys are flying. Puppets are flying. We got some alpha to drop. We got some really cool things to talk about. We're going to get right into it. We bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Agobi. What's up, buddy?
What is up?
Yeah, man. Happy Thursday. Let's get kind of into it. Let's kind of give a recap of the week. How was your week, sir?
My week was pretty up and down, you know.
Yeah.
Been obviously messing around with Merlin a ton, and so who looks like who took a big fat juicy dump, and that was a bit tough to see. So but like, Voya did its thing, and it's going strong right now. And then, it's just making me think, like Merlin it seems like they really want Merlin to be known as like a chain that supports Bitcoin and Bitcoin ordinals, BRC20s, and Voya is the first BRC20 to launch on the chain. So it kind of it's fitting, right, for it to kind of take that lead.
100%. Yeah, I agree. I think Jeff is big. He wants Merlin to be known as the Bitcoin sidechain. So having an ERC20 as the top meme coin doesn't sit well with him, I don't think. But I don't think he wants to control the narrative either. I just think that he just thinks that having Voya, which was a complete fair launch, and Hoo was necessary because it was the test token. It was the first token. It was the make sure everything works well token, right? So that's why I think it'll always have value no matter what. And a lot of the liquidity and supply was burned in the vault to kind of create what we're seeing now. But I do think Voya being 100% fair launch, it has more holders than Sats, which is absolutely amazing. Right, that's the reason why I'm so bullish on it, and I was bullish on it in the very beginning. It's what reason why I did 25 wallets and everything like that. And I'm very excited for Voya, and I think that it can do. I think I'm shooting for like $7-8. That's kind of where I'm thinking.
Wow,
taking my first profit. So
yeah, I mean, it looks like it's heading in that direction, right? And I just think the fact that it is a BRC20, it's probably going to be it's already the leading market cap now. It overtook Hoo, and Hoo did dump down. But one thing I did notice is that like some of the community members of Hoo wanted to kind of take charge, and they put a website out. They also put their Telegram groups out. So I think that will grow, like you said. But it just probably will be like, I don't know, like a top 3 token on there for a while until like the real big projects come up on board and stuff.
I kind of say it as an early honk. When honk first launched, it kind of did really well, and then it kind of just fell for a little while and just sat there until somebody like Unisat. Unisat listed it on its swap, right? And then it just took off. And I feel like Hoo just needs that like recognition from somebody big in the space to kind of say, hey, Hoo is a competitor. And I think it eventually gets that. I truly believe that.
I mean,
but
it has all the meme characteristics.
100%.
You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm kind of holding on. I'm bag holding the hell out of Hoo right now. So for you guys that are like, hurting, I'm hurting there right there with you guys. Like I haven't sold a single Hoo. And Hoo is just like easy to say. It's funny. It's catchphrase type of meme, and it's a cat. And there hasn't been a big cat meme, I don't think, right?
Yeah. Really hasn't, and I think the cycle's gonna be based on cats. And we got quantum cats, and then you have nat cats, and then you got Hoo cat, right? So I don't know. I think this is the cycle of the cats, and I think Hoo. You got to remember too is like Hoo's not listed on any exchanges yet. Like once that bridge opens, you could see it on Gate.io. You could see it on like Mexi Global. You could see it on a lot of these exchanges because it's one of the early tokens. You could definitely see Voya as well. So that's another reason why I'm bullish on Voya. But before we get into Bitcoin real quick, so we're gonna take a look at the chart. I'm gonna do some roll call. Vision of Tomo, you here? He's here. First, he was the first one.
Shout out Tomo.
Shout out Tomo, number one. And then closely in that number 2 spot, Mr. Sheedy. Always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure. Zaza, Orkra, our boy Maddie Verse. What's up, Maddie? Yo, Maddie, we want you to come on the show this weekend. We're gonna hit you up on DMs. We're actually just talking about it right before we went live. Who wants to see Maddie back on the show? If you want to see Maddie back on the show,
Maddie.
I want Maddie back on the show.
Also, real quick, Mr. Sheedy, I want you to drop the link to your BRC 420 avatar in the chat because I want to check that out and we want to go over that to just touch on it. So if you don't mind.
And I think I said Orca roll call. We got Green Man. We got who else? Who we got? Oh, we got the legendary Sam Sage in the building. The man who did our intro. We are very bullish. And go follow him on X. Go follow him everywhere. The guy's a legend.
We ready with Chiquito joint. I like it.
What's up? Oh, and we got I Walk Alone. Some Johnny Cash. Is that Johnny? No, that's Green Day, right? Yeah. I walk alone. I walk alone. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
I got Carlos CLS. Shout out Carlos. Young Parallel Universe. And then we have Ethereum Blockchain. Shout out 007. Neo Meister. Hey.
Neo Meister. What up?
Neo Meister. Oh, wow. Look at this name, bro.
Who's on first base? Let's go. The boys. Yeah. Who is on first base? And someone's about to step up for a grand slammy. Because there's someone on second.
You buying more on the Hulu? I mean, shout out Varying Viewpoint. Shout out the legendary
J25.
Shout out
once on our live.
Mike's World. Kai Effect. We got BitRens. Shout out BitRens in the building. Shout out John Hooten. Who else we got?
I love the roll call, bro. This is like that 52-man roster for that football roster before the season starts.
Indian Trap, and we got Yazar. I said it right. I hope I did.
Yashar.
Shout out Yashar. Yeah. Crypto Dealer, AOD Art, Tim, legendary. Love this guy right here, guys. Then we got Vision of Tomo, Crypto Kite, and I think roll call is complete. We're just going to start with we're going to finish with the guy we started off with. Thank you guys for being here early. Thank you guys for being with us. You guys are the reason why we do this every single Thursday night. Shout out you guys.
Yep.
Oh, shall we got another one? Booster Berry.
Oh, we do.
Here we go.
Yep. Hang tight because I think we might be doing a little giveaway at the end of the show.
Oh, are we?
Make sure you stay throughout the entire show. Yeah. But let's get into Bitcoin first. If you don't mind, we can kind of see how it's been doing.
Start with the king.
Yeah, we'll do that. Start with the king over here. Let me share my screen. So, I've seen a lot of people talking about, that we've been overbought, including myself. Like we were overbought for a while, but like me and you were talking in the, the SRSI was showing that we were overbought over here. But I was like, you know what? If we dip, it might not be like a super hard dip. And that's exactly what happened. You can see like the RSI came down here to oversold, but I think the lowest it got was like 50,900. And then it jumped back and it's touched 52,000 a couple times. And there's people that are legit good traders and charters and stuff like that. I'm not. I literally use basics like the RSI, but it's simple for me because I can just see, and it correlates with the price action. But like, I messaged Fred. I'm not gonna lie. I messaged Fred and I asked him. I said, "Hey, is there a war happening right now between the market makers, the traditional market makers, with these centralized exchanges and TradFi like BlackRock and Fidelity and all these TradFi institutions that are just putting so much buy pressure on Bitcoin that like these market makers want to dip down and grab the liquidation points, right? And they used to be able to do that really easy. really easy. But they can't do it right now because the buy pressure is too large. And so he just said that's about right. That's what he said. That was his statement. So that's what we're seeing right now, guys. That's why whenever you hear people like British Hodl, Fred, other people, they're saying this is not your normal cycle. Don't look back at previous bull run cycles and say, oh, we're about to go into this next leg or whatever because of these indicators that we saw or whatever, because it's not going to be similar. It's just different. There's a supply shock happening actually right now with the institutions, and we're heading into another supply shock with the halving. So Shizzy talks about his 750. I don't know. That still sounds kind of outrageous to me, but like if we do get 750, I'll be doing the happy dance in my birthday suit.
Dude, I don't think it's unrealistic, man. I truly don't. And I Plan B agrees with me. Like, look at this chart. It's been dead on the entire time. And if it hits this top line, that's 750. And so if you guys don't know what these lines mean, so basically when it hits red, that's the first halving month. And everything after that is red, and then it gets into the yellow, which is distribution. So bull market, distribution, bear market. So bear market, and we're still in accumulation. So you were still early. We're about to hit that bull market though. Every single time, guys. Obviously history doesn't repeat, but it definitely rhymes. And 750, dude, 750 is where I think everyone is. I'm gonna say it. I always say it, but you are not bullish enough. You're not bullish enough, because what's going to happen is you're going to sell too early and you're going to get out, and then you're going to be mad because it goes up another 100, 150%. So guys, when you pull out, and I'm learning this myself, always keep a little bit in there at least. Don't pull all the way out. And for me,
that's not financial advice, by the way, though.
Nothing on the show is fine. We're a bunch of idiots on the internet. Not everything you believe is on the internet. No, but I truly believe my personal goal right now is I don't want cash. I want Bitcoin. And I'm not when I say I'm pulling out, I'm putting everything into Bitcoin. I'm taking my minerals, all that stuff in about 500 days, and I'm putting it all in Bitcoin. So.
Yeah. I mean, smart move. But like, and one of the worst moves that I feel like I could make would be to sell like my high conviction plays before retail gets in, and retail will not get in until we get to the previous cycle's high. And the previous cycle's high is that 70K, because why would they get in? We're getting excited because we're like, oh, we came out of the darkness. We're, into like Bitcoin's going up the trajectory. It's, reverse trajectory. So, but like regulars, normies from outside, that like they haven't been tracking all this. They're going to start hearing about it on the radio, on news. Once it says Bitcoin has now reached its new all-time high, bam, then people start getting FOMO that they're going to ask their friends, how do I get this? Coinbase, Robinhood, easy, ways to get it.
Now it's even easier because they can use E-Trade, right? They can use Fidelity. They can use things that they're used to using already, right?
But I don't think they can buy spot, can they? Spot ETF, that's it.
Yeah, you can buy spot ETF.
But that's different than like actual Bitcoin. I know it takes it out of circulation and stuff like that. But the price is different. The price is different. Like you're getting a share. You're getting a share.
You're getting Satoshis. You're getting Satoshis.
Yeah, but obviously they're managing it for you, right? They're managing for you, but
they're managing it for you. You're paying a fee, but you're getting Satoshis. But you're not custodian it. You're paying someone. Yeah. You're paying Coinbase.
But like you can't buy one Bitcoin. Is my point. Like you're buying shares of ETF. They're different.
If you buy enough of them, they'll equal out. Like if you go into the site, it'll tell you how much Satoshi is backed by each share. There's a percentage, like it'll be like 0.005 is each share, and every one is different. That's why every ETF's price is different, but they're all backed by a certain amount of Satoshis, and you can find that out by going to the ETF site. So yes, you can buy a full Bitcoin. You just got to figure out. You just got to do the math.
Yeah, but my point is like the people that are doing that, they don't think that way. They're just like, I'm buying freaking like $20,000 or like $100,000, $200,000 worth.
Which is kind of how we should think about that.
But we don't. We wouldn't use that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're
right. But that's why actually I'm so more bullish about like crypto industry of like once we reach the previous cycle's all-time high versus like stocks, because like stocks, like to get like the everyday normie into stocks, the GameStop thing had to happen, right? But like with crypto, that's like the GameStop thing, but for the entire industry. You get what I'm saying? And so like once that starts happening, people are just gonna start pouring money in. And I think for me, if I would just like be really, disappointing myself in the future if I sold my high conviction plays before that moment. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. And for anyone who doesn't know, like, what would be a high conviction play? Not something that you own, or maybe it's something you own, but whatever. But what would you say is in that non-conviction bubble?
High conviction?
High conviction bubble, yes.
Okay. So obviously like Bitcoin and Ethereum, those are both high conviction plays. Those are the top 2 blue chips, right? And then you have your other blue chips, so I'll skip those, like stuff that's in our ecosystem here. Track for me is a high conviction play because it's like consistent, safe. Ordi, just because it's the first. Atom from Atomicals. I know that like, Atomicals might not be like your cup of tea, but like Atom and people are liking Atomicals a lot, and they're bridging them over and stuff. So like Atom would be a big one for me. Tokens like that, right? And then you go over to like the Ordinal collections, and you got the frogs is very high conviction play for me. Node monkeys are high conviction. I don't hold any quantum cats, but I think that's a pretty strong conviction play. As long as it doesn't go the similar route like the Taproot Wizards did, which I don't think it will. And then you have bitmaps, right? Bitmaps is high conviction play. So, without going too much further, sats, those obvious ones.
Rats.
Like, what about you? Well, rats,
yes,
but I wouldn't get into it now. It's too high.
Yeah, no, you're right. Actually, that's why I kind of out on the BRC20s at the moment. I just think the prices over there are already jacked up, and I think they're going to do really good. I feel like they're going to do 5, 6x's, but I'm not in crypto to get a 5, 6x, right? I'm in crypto to get a 10, 20, 30x, and I think things like Node Monkeys could do that. Things like Quantum Cats could do that. Things like Bitmaps could do that. Things like Hoo could do that, right? But that's I won't consider that a high conviction play. So I don't really have any high conviction plays besides my digital artifacts, my Node Monkeys, my frog, and my cats, and the puppets. So I definitely consider that, and I mean, obviously Bitcoin. So for me, it's like my goal is to get as much Bitcoin as I possibly can before 750K, and I think a lot of these projects and coin stuff do well against the dollar, but don't do so well against the 750K Bitcoin. So I'm kind of playing that a little bit. Like, let's just say Bitcoin gets to 750K. I don't think a Node Monkey gets to 1 Bitcoin if that's the case. You know what I mean?
But if it gets to half a Bitcoin, bro, that's like
I agree.
375,000. So I think there's a smart way to play that as well, because I see where your mind and your mentality is with the strategy is like, okay, I want everything to. I'm going to try to maximize all the value in these like higher risk plays into Bitcoin, hold them into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's going to 750K. But at the end of the day, there's going to be a pullback at the end, right? So if you're able to get a Node Monkey for 0.5 Bitcoin, Bitcoin's at 750K, you're now looking at what is that? 375? Is that 375? Yeah, 375. Right, $375,000 for a freaking Node Monkey, right? Yep. So I would actually put that personally. I would put that in the USDT because Bitcoin's already at 750. Then it's going to come back down and retrace probably like 60% or whatever, 50%. Maybe not as much as the past because there's TradFi in it now. Still though, it'd probably come back to 500 or something.
See, but I'm the opposite. I don't want to hold $1. I'm
but you don't hold it. You put it in USDT, and then you rebuy Bitcoin once it's pulled back.
I just don't want to take that risk of Bitcoin not stopping. You know what I mean? Like what happens if BlackRock puts it, like 100, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars in, like I just don't want to. I'm okay with just being in Bitcoin. Waiting. I'm okay with just waiting it out because I know in 4 years it's gonna be a lot higher than this today. And if I have enough money, like sitting in there, I am gonna cash out some. I'll take out like 100 grand. But I'm only going to take out enough to where I can live on it, and I'm going to live with Bitcoin when it drops back down to 100K, and then does the climb from there. I'm completely okay with that. Like obviously when you do that too, you're not taking that giant tax hit. you know, because once you're selling, you know, via these exchanges, you got to pay taxes on it. And I don't want to do that until it's capital gains, right? Until you go for that whole year. So that's one reason why I want to hold Bitcoin really long term. So when I do cash out, I'm paying the 30% and not 50. So
Yeah. 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 I mean, the biggest difference this cycle is that Bitcoin has a legitimate on-chain economy with these assets that we're speaking
yeah,
about, right? And so, you know, you probably will see the, you know, the crazy prices for these ordinal collections and stuff like that. But once the bull market's done, you know, that's going to retrace.
yeah.
So
If it this time might be different though. This bear market might be very, very easy because now TradFi's in here, dude. You know, like the TradFi's, they're not gonna let. I don't think they're gonna let Bitcoin drop 50% ever again. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I think the days of a 50% drop are over. And I know I say that probably sound really bullish, but you don't see that in TradFi. You don't, you know what I mean? So I think Bitcoin's going to get up to a high number and it's going to just hang out there for a really long time. So
Well, I think there was like once the gold ETF started,
yeah,
there was only 1 year that there was like I think a pullback, and it was bad. It was like
yeah,
2013, I think,
okay,
and it was like really bad. It was just like I don't know what the heck happened that year, but it like was negative like 100 and something percent.
wow.
And every other
No,
year
you
was
can't
like
go 100%.
no,
You can go
yeah,
9.
but
You can
let me
100%
see
is
what it was.
zero.
No, from the previous
Oh,
games, I think.
I got what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, so let me see if I can pull that chart up.
And
But
what's the name
anyways,
says great tax strategy. Hey guys, I am not a tax expert at all. I'm just going by what I hear smart people talk about. So that's really it. So yeah, man. Shout out some people in the chat here. We got Brandon Wampler, and he says, or the opposite occurs and we see another cycle of diminishing returns. Careful of being too much literally to a model and analyst that has already proven inaccurate. I don't know if this seems inaccurate to you. Like where do you see inaccuracy?
well,
Like it
he's talking about like that previous cycle
I mean
where
it
I
still
think
hit fine here.
yeah, he was off by like about
I
60
don't know.
grand.
That doesn't look like it's off. Like yeah, that's the high. It didn't hit the high of the point, but it still hit the low of the point. You know,
What do you
he
mean?
like see how here?
I think his high prediction was like 130, right?
Yeah,
Or
but I mean
110.
he was calling for 100K, but it
I
hit
will say this though, like
it's pretty damn close.
This is pretty accurate if you compare it to other analysts. No
Yeah.
one hits Bitcoin right on the head except for Richard Hart that says
Yeah.
I was the first. I was the one that called the top perfectly and the bottom perfectly. I'm
And
just like bull crap, dude.
And you got to remember, we had Sam Bankman-Fried who came out and said that he was purposely shorting Bitcoin at the top here. So this Bitcoin was being like really like pushed down, and it wasn't allowed. It wasn't being allowed to by, you know, this guy had billions and billions of dollars shorting. You know, it's like he wasn't letting it get to a certain price because the government was telling him not to. Right? The government was telling him, "Yo, don't do that." So this time, I think it might be different. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I think that's the whole reason why, BlackRock took CZ to court, or
yeah,
not BlackRock.
the
I feel
government.
like they had something to do with that, but you know, what I
Yeah,
mean, they wanted to clear out
perfect timing.
the heavy manipulators that had the ammunition
Yep.
because, and I think that's what we're seeing right now is
Yep.
that like people can't manipulate. There's like a lot of liquidity to grab at like 34K.
100%.
Tons to liquidate, but they're
Yep.
just not going to be able to reach that, in my opinion. There's no way.
Yep.
But
And this time too, it's like the government doesn't tell BlackRock what to do. BlackRock tells the government what to do. Right.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's different this time. But
Yep. All right. Let's see what else we were in. Oh, well, let's talk about since we were talking about node monkeys, let's jump into that.
yeah, I'll jump right over here. So let me give you a refresh on this.
So did it pull back a little bit because it got to 282.282.
Yeah, it's pulling back right now. Yeah, about 267, which is the actually my area code, which is pretty funny. But yeah.
Yeah, so this was surprising. We hit on this on the weekly update, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about it. Do you know what's behind this push? Is there like another drop coming? Are they doing some sort of like if you hold one, you get something type of situation?
I think it's just really the this momentum. I think once it started going, people just didn't want to miss it, right? So I there's nothing that I'm aware of, and I could be wrong. If anyone knows anything, please put it in the chat. But I was trying to look and try to find something. And there's no news or airdrop or anything. But this could be some insider stuff. You got to remember, Node Monkeys is very insider driven, right? Like, so I don't know if the big gods of the world or anything really are
Pushing
pushing
this.
this. I don't know. There could be something coming, and those guys are getting ready for it. So
Yeah, well, it's just wild because Node Monkeys was hated so much for the way that they handled their mint and all that stuff
yeah,
for their launch, and it's remained like a top 3 project since the launch.
yeah.
And so do you feel like the rest of the community has kind of forgiven them, and they're just like some people are acquiring them and just like being quiet about it? Because I'm not gonna lie, like I got a couple, but I was
Yeah.
like I didn't make it my PFP or anything because I was like, oh my god, are they gonna like kick me out of ordinals? But I was just kidding. But like
Yeah.
like I don't think many people like show off their Node Monkey PFPs, do they?
No, there's a whole group. There's a lot of people that do it now. I think No Monkeys has become what I thought it was going to become. It's now a community driven project. It's no longer, I mean, it's no longer being like dictated by the team. There is no team anymore, right? It's just a bunch of community members who really are pushing this thing, and with the low inscription number and they look really cool. I'm not gonna lie, I like the way they look, and they look different from anything that's which is different, which is amazing because I think when everything looks the same, when you have more of the Bored Ape type of look, or the punk look, I think this is in the middle of that. I think it's like perfectly. It's kind of like the punks and the apes all in the one. And I think this is going to be uh, looked at in about 300 days as holy crap, you have a Node Monkey. Like, I just think that, if someone told you, yo, I got a Bored Ape, you like 4 years ago, you're like, oh crap, like
Like when
congratulations.
like whenever it was at like its high, or like
Yep.
just even during that period, yeah, for sure. I feel the same way about them.
Yeah.
People before they got mad at them, people liked the art. They
Yep.
did. Yeah, I heard a lot of community
I
members
was
talk
so
about it.
bullish on them before the team was doing that crazy crap. When it was supposed to be a free mint and everything, I was so bullish.
Yeah.
So I got that back now. But
Yep. So what do you think? Do you think like the overall ordinals community is kind of like, man, they're okay in my book now, or how do you feel like the sentiment
I
is
think
towards them?
they're getting the acceptance. A lot of people are probably just like, I don't care. I think it went from hate to I don't care, and the people who were in I don't care before now like them. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I think
I just
yeah, I think you're right about that, except for it might not be that they like them, but they respect what they've done, right? In terms of like
yeah,
the
yeah,
volume, right? Because like you can't deny the volume. I'm looking at the
cannot,
last 24 hours, that like 52.59 Bitcoin, and they've always been like super hard in terms of like how much volume is there,
yeah,
right? So that tells me that there's definitely players from outside of the ordinal community that are probably pretty big players that
yep.
are in this as well, because there's a lot of Bitcoin being thrown at it. Now, curious if you had to pick one out of besides OMB, because OMB's kind of like had that lead
Yeah.
very from the start. Like, which one do you feel like is going to be the most successful collection wise? You got Node Monkeys, you got Quantum Cats, you got Bitcoin Frogs. Oh, I guess we'll put OMB in there too.
Yeah. Um, so I think the number one collection in 500 days will be Quantum Cats. Right, and I'm only saying that I'm a Quantum Cat holder, and that's kind of the reason why I'm bullish. I hold them because I'm bullish on them. I think Udi and Eric, they started like ordinals, and I think they finished on top. But I think Node Monkeys is a close second. I think it's going to be up and down. I think No Monkeys and Quantum Cats are going to be back and forth, and with the occasional frog jump up and the occasional puppet. I think puppets actually kind of get close to that as well. I think puppets, Node Monkeys, Quantum Cats, and the frogs, and I think OMB is that fifth wheel for me because I just not a big fan of OMB. It's not my cup of tea. It's your thing. I hope it does really well. But for me, my order would probably be Quantum Cats, Node Monkeys, Frog, Puppets, and then OMB. But
Yeah.
I think it finishes like that as well.
I don't know, man. Like I just got that feeling about the cats. I don't think they're gonna dump hard.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do okay. But I thought like from back in like when I first got into ordinals last summer, or yeah, in the beginning of the summer, into the spring, like I was like, oh, these wizards are gonna be like worth a ton of money.
Yeah.
'Cause it's Udi and Eric, right? That's gonna be worth a ton of money. And
Yeah.
they just never ever got there. And their inscription numbers were solid, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I don't know. I know that this team is way bigger. I mean, it's like big. Yeah, Rendell is in this team. You got CB Spears a part of
Yep.
it. So you got some really, solid ordinals players that's a part of this team. I think Witters is a part of like the marketing team part,
Yeah.
all that stuff. And so I could be wrong about all that. I'm just like assuming because of what I've seen on Twitter. But so that could make it be a more successful project than Taproot Wizards, because I wouldn't say that Taproot Wizards was like from a monetary standpoint a huge success. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But it wasn't a failure either. It was just kind of like middle, and then it seemed like it was cool to have one.
Yeah. I just think you're missing out on one thing with the cats is they're actually a PFP project, while the wizards weren't. Like I don't think no one really had wizards as their PFP. A lot of people have the cats as their PFP, and you got to remember too, if you go look at the cats picture on Ordinal, it's just code, right?
Yeah.
It's not your normal JPEG. These are not your normal ordinals. These are not just inscribed. They have something that's coming with these, and I think it's going to be pretty insane. I think it was a full year went by before they dropped Quantum Cats, right? And they were in January, right? And they didn't drop until like early February, or it may have been late January. But I think that
What do you mean? They've been working on Quantum Cats since last January?
I think it's always been an idea of theirs to drop this type of project, and I don't think it was the cat necessary, but the code that is embedded inside the cat JPEGs.
Yeah.
I think that whatever that is, because it's very encrypted. It's encrypted code that only the team knows what's in there, and I think whatever they're working on is going to be pretty insane. And I think it's going to take Ordinals to the next level, and that is why I think Quantum Cats are going to be number one, not because of the JPEGs. It's constant. Oh,
What
holy
happened?
crap!
Hey!
Shout out Francis, dude!
Damn.
Uncensored. Wow, that is
Appreciate
love.
that, sir.
Wow, yo,
I'm doing the salute emoji.
You guys don't follow Francis, man. Go follow this man.
Yes, tomorrow's newspapers
today. I love that. I love that. I love Francis, dude. Shout out Francis. Oof, that was. I never
Damn,
seen that
Francis,
before.
it sounds like you just paid Shizzy's rent.
Put my kids through college. Oh man, shout out Francis. You know what I was thinking? I'm gonna ask. Jeff if I can stake my kids. I want to bridge my kids over to Merlin and stake them.
I can't believe you just
in
said
the seal.
That, dude. Yeah, but it's multi-sig, bro. They could get stolen.
Shout out Francis. One love, gents. It's a hero, man. You're a hero, Francis. Heroes to all of us, man. Without you, I wouldn't be in the Ordinals, man. Definitely one of the first people I ever watched. So shout out Francis. But
Yep.
He said rep paid.
Yeah. So
but, yeah.
I think what were you about to finish on? Was it Quantum Cat? Well, I saw Udi came out with a post today, I think, or yesterday's. He was like, I don't know, dude. It sounds like they really believe that they're gonna get OpCat, added back.
See, I think you're reading that wrong. I think there's something.
Did you see that post?
I did see it, but I think that's something that has to do with these cats. I think that's something in the encrypted code. I don't think that they're going to try to change Bitcoin's core. I just think it's something to do with this project.
Well, someone also said that Rendell was able to like create his own version of OpCat that was like you don't have to change like core for it, but it's also not. It does like some of the functionality, but not full on, but maybe he's talking about that. Who knows? I mean, like what this thing project is definitely out of the box. And Hey,
100%.
kudos to them on that. Last question on this thing here. So frogs, like I'm a frog at heart,
Yeah.
just because it's my PFP and
Yep.
like I remember when we first got into ordinals, you were like, I was like, dude, these frogs, I think they're gonna be like the punks of the ordinal space. You're like, should I get one? So I was like, yeah, at this price,
Yeah.
whatever, right? And then we saw that crazy run up happen in November with them, and they went strong. Do you think that was like a one-time run up? Like, obviously they'll get more in value, but do you think they'll have that same type of jolt up again? Because that jolt was crazy. They got to like 0.41 or something.
They got to almost 0.49, bro.
Yeah.
They because I was watching, I was like, are they gonna hit it? They're gonna hit it, and then they kind of like tumbled back down. But absolutely insane. I think they regain. Like I said, I think at one point they're going to be the highest ordinal again. I just think it's going to be like a thing right there. It's everyone frogs are going to have a jump in the next couple of days. I think frogs is the easy if you're a day trader, if you're a trade like a swing trader, I think taking a frog bet right now to get into that 0.2 is the easiest trade I have ever seen. Like I just think by the end of next week it's going to be back in that point. So right now, all the money's going to no monkeys and puppets. You're going to see no monkeys come down. You're going to see puppets come down a little bit. You're going to see a lot of that money going into the undervalued things. You're going to see frogs and maybe quantum cats and some wizards of Ord or something. You're going to see money going into other projects. And I'm sure of it. It always happens. Frogs is the easiest bet, and I might actually take that. I'm not a swing trader, but I might actually take that.
So. Yep. I agree with you on that, man. And then, of course, bitmaps, but like, I don't want to get into that deep conversation right now. But yeah, but I mean, okay, so we won't go into like the deep conversation about that, about like saturation and all that stuff. But because of what's happening with bitmaps, right, and just like I guess like the other side of like DMT and all that stuff, do you feel like that's going to affect the long-term price of bitmap, or do you feel like bitmap is king, will always be king, it will resurge up back into that like?
So bitmap doesn't need the block runner because bitmap has its own chain. The guy who made Merlin chain, his name is bitmap.tech, right? So I truly believe bitmaps has grown up and it no longer needs the block runner, no longer needs Blocktoshi because now it has friends like Jeff, and I think Jeff is going to help it succeed. I think bitmaps is now in like high school and it no longer needs its parents anymore. It's going to kind of go on its own way, and I think it's going to be
college.
I think 50 50 to, it's not there yet because it's college ain't open yet, right? College is opening, but once the M tokens arrive, it'll be bitmap will be an adult, and I think 60 to 70% of all bitmaps will be in Merlin chain.
Wow, that's a pretty big statement there. Well, I think to your point though, and adding on top of that is like bitmaps doesn't need Jeff either. It doesn't need anybody. Like
I think it needs
like,
Jeff for now. I think you are right, but I think bitmaps needs Merlin chain more than Merlin chain needs bitmaps, and I think, but eventually, it'll be the other way around. I think Merlin chain will eventually need bitmaps later, but as of right now, I think bitmaps needs Merlin chain.
Well, the reason why I say that though is because like you have like strong players in the space. Like no matter what, like they're going to their love for bitmap is so strong. Like bitmap.community, like that ain't going anywhere. If anything, that's going to become more robust. Like it's going to be like a search engine for bitmap, all things bitmaps, right? Which it kind of is right now. And then you got Foxy that's obsessive with bitmaps. You got Bitmap Valley still with Chris. I'm so Chris building out, even though he's kind of him and Tap are doing something with that as well. That's okay. Like bitmap. That's what I'm trying to say. Bitmap is going to be bitmap, and nothing can dethrone that. And someone made a statement today, and they kept saying like there was this big debate. We all know about that, like on Twitter. I don't know if we spurred that yesterday or not, but the debate is that like bitmap is the first. It has all the data, the necessary data in there. Like you should, their opinion was that you shouldn't be creating all these like saturated products that derive from the same data that live on bitmaps. Whatever you think is right or wrong in that's the statement or whatever. And then, but everybody, no matter what side of the thing you were on, if you were on the DMT side or the bitmap side, they all agreed that bitmaps was first is first. right?
Yeah.
And then someone said right underneath that, and it was almost like the closer, and it goes, just like Bitcoin. And then like to me, when I read that, I was just like, damn Skippy. Because that
Yeah.
like in this space, in the metaverse space of that kind of non-arbitrary data, Bitmap is the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It is the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right. So no one can dethrone it, and no one will. So I think we might need to just take a, chill pill, take a step back and be like, hey,
Yeah.
look, guys, the ones that do have the passion for Bitmap, let's work together and build that out. Like, try to, build those communities, have spaces for Bitmap more, focus more on Bitmap and like the projects that are building with Bitmap, Foxy, all these other, Inscribe that space dropped something awesome recently, just correlate and have unity, because that will just give it even more power that it already has.
100%. Yeah, I agree. I just don't understand the nat maps. I think Ordinal is trash. I think they're all just liquidity. I think there's all like extractors. Like they're all just there to extract liquidity, and I think they're all they're not gonna do well. I mean, you saw Nats. Nats is down 50% in 2 weeks, like on the tap token.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
it extracted liquidity, and now that liquidity is being taken, because there's only so much money in track and all that stuff doesn't have Chinese money in it, right? It doesn't have it's PvP over there. It just goes from project to project to project, right? And now it's in Sora, and now it's in other stuff. There's not a lot of liquidity over there, and that's why I'm not very bullish on that stuff, and that's why people get mad at me. But I see that, and what people don't see is China runs ordinals. Without China, and Benny really doesn't push towards China. He doesn't try to like bring that community in. I mean, he did for a little while, but this doesn't seem like he's doing it anymore. I just feel like it's very like European and West based, and they're not really including the East. And I think that's why Merlin Chain has $1.8 billion locked in it, right? Or no, I'm sorry, $2 billion locked in it.
Yeah. Well, I think that like, and I'm speaking for Benny, which I'm not speaking for him. I'm just saying in my mind, right?
Counter argument, yeah.
Yeah. So I think he's really thinking more of like, they don't want to include me too in the beginning, right? Like, and that was true. Like they weren't like, he was trying to, talk about his indexer and stuff like that. So I'll give him credit on that. Like, he might have felt like they were kind of giving him the stiff arm. And so now it's like, okay, game on, right? So I think I can understand his perspective from that. Also, with the block runner guys, I've always said, like, I love the concept of digital matter theory. I love it, love it, love it. Actually, I do. But like and I found out today, and I don't know if I was wrong about that, but there is no NAT map. There is no like actual map of it. But I think more than anything is like more of like liquidity is just being like sliced and sliced and sliced into little pies, because we're not at the point where retail is here. Yeah. Once retail is here, then that's when everybody says there's enough liquidity to go around to everything. There will be, and building out the platforms is necessary to be ready for that. So I think I'm gonna kind of try to get more deep into what they're doing over there, and because if I was them, I would probably do the same thing, is what I'm trying to say. I would build my platform, have it ready for when retail does come over, because that's whenever everybody's like, when people say there's enough liquidity to go around everyone, there will be.
Retail's not going into digital matter theory.
But it doesn't matter.
It's too deep. They're not going into. I'm telling you, they buy Dogecoin and Shiba.
It doesn't matter, Shizzy. Listen, it doesn't matter, because they're going to buy other stuff, and then people are going to make money off of them, and then they're going to take the people that are smart in these spaces, take it back.
I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one, because I don't think retail is touching digital matter theory. I think they touch centralized coins, and
definitely not. They're not getting into it, but they are going to bring money into the system. And when the money gets into the system, it circulates around. Yeah,
but you're saying retail comes in. That's just retail money, I guess you would say.
I guess that's what we need, liquidity. What do you mean
Liquidity.
liquidity?
Okay, when liquidity comes in, but retail's not touching. So, like for me,
What?
there's
They're not coming
there's
over
4
here. They're
levels.
not coming
There's
over here.
I know, but there's 4 levels a person can be on, right? Level 1 is when you buy crypto on a centralized exchange. Level 2 is when you send that crypto into a hot a hot wallet. Level 3 is cold storage, and level 4 is programming, right? Retail is not they do not do level 2. They do not do like I guess 60% of
Okay,
them
so
do not touch
think
hot
about
wallets.
this.
They
Think
stay
about
on the
this.
centralized
Think
exchanges.
about this though, right?
Yeah.
Your first time to come into crypto, what are you going to get into? Bitcoin, probably, right? On the centralized exchanges.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so Bitcoin retail buys a bunch of liquidity into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bitcoin number go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
has Bitcoin? All of us.
Yeah.
That's what I mean
So
by that.
I guess the right way of saying is when liquidity arrives, not when retail. Right? Because liquidity
Same
can come
thing.
from because liquidity can come from BlackRock. BlackRock could come in and they could hold it.
That liquidity's already been coming in. It's going to
No, but
continue to come in. It's going to
BlackRock's
continue to
not
come in.
in yet. BlackRock's is letting people buy it. BlackRock hasn't bought themselves yet.
Sure,
You know what I mean?
sure. Yep.
That's my point. When BlackRock says, "Yo, we're holding $100 million worth of Bitcoin on our balance sheet," that's real money. That's
Yeah,
Rothschild money. You know what I mean? Like when they
I
start
agree.
doing that stuff. So,
But
yeah,
the
I think
buy
it was a
pressure,
good conversation.
the buy pressure right now from institutions is crazy. So in that it's not from institutions, but it's for their clients, right?
Yeah,
And so what you're saying is, on their balance sheets and their their institutional
yeah,
portfolios,
yeah.
yes, that will make
Michael
a big
Saylor
difference
stuff.
too.
Exactly.
That will make a big difference too. But my point that I'm trying to make is like you understood was eventually was that once because a lot of people are gonna, especially older middle age older people, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna throw $10,000 in the Bitcoin because it's going crazy.
Yeah.
But that makes
Yeah.
our Bitcoin bags go up.
Real quick, I just want to respond to this. Shizzy, friends to friends. I think you got to stop hating on certain projects. It hurts the brand. Listen, it doesn't hurt any brand. It doesn't. I'm not. If you guys want me to be fake and you guys want me to lie and say I like something or I'm not giving my opinion, then you got the wrong show. This isn't that show. I'm going to tell you how I feel every single time. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. And if you guys don't like that, I'm sorry. I'm going to be me, and I can't be anyone else. So. Danny, I love you, buddy. You've been amazing to us, but you're gonna get the real Shizzy every single episode, and I'm gonna give you my opinion on every single thing, and that's really it. And I'm sorry if I don't pump your bags, but
And you're always going to get the real Yago B, which is just a lot more calm and genuine guy that just, I like walks on the beach. And I'm just more likable than Shizzy. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's fine because that's the perfect combo. That's good cop, bad cop. I think that's why the show's great.
And 100%, like I won't say that I like something if I don't like it, but I think I'm just a lot more and we're just different, like the way that we see value in certain things, and that's good for you guys, like especially in the members videos and stuff, like like Shizzy and I don't get into all the same stuff. There is a good amount of stuff that we are in the same stuff because we've been in the space for a while, so we can both see value very quickly in something. But like sometimes I see value in something and he's just like, I don't see it, and then it might end up biting him in the ass later, and vice versa. He sees value in something and I don't, and so I think we gotta accept it. You guys gotta realize that we are trying to be our genuine personalities to you guys, and sometimes it's not going to sound the best, and I think though, like there's always should be like a self-reflection moment, and we've gone through that, right?
100%. Shout out Rick G. Like that's all guys, it's all we can be is ourselves. Like we're going to be honest, and that's the thing too. We're going to be honest. I'm going to be honest every single time. And that's our show. And I think you guys should appreciate that because I'm going to tell you how I feel every single time. You're not going to get no fake. I'm not pumping it. I'm not pumping my own bags, nothing like that. My bags are how I feel. So, I mean, that's just 1 and 2. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. You know what I mean? Like, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll say before we just move on to the next thing is that like, we're not our and people that say, like our egos maybe have gotten bigger. I promise you, that like Sheezy and I have meetings about stuff like this because like we want
100%.
what's best for our community too. Like, like
Yeah.
so if there's like moments to where like we got to self-reflect, we are going to do that because we want to be better and we want the best for you guys and for ourselves too. Because like
Yeah.
we don't want to step in poo-poo all the time or anything like that. So
100%.
all
And Miss
right.
Sheedy goes, the only reason I'm still here is because I feel like you are genuine. And we get that a lot. We get that we're genuine guys, and that's all we can be. That's it. That's it. So let's be ourselves. But
Yep. All right. I want to move on to this. This was some big news today, actually, and I was actually really shocked about this. OrdiSwap actually announced a partnership with Xverse. So I'm gonna pull that up here. You can see right here it says we have something really cool in the works with Xverse app, the premier wallet for all your assets. Brace yourself for an integrated Bitcoin DeFi experience with security at the heart of everything. So that's crazy. And then you can go on to the step 2 here. It says some Xverse features, the most integrated BTC wallet. We already know about the Xverse wallet. And then coming soon, tryouts OrdiSwap. And then it says, here's the app. And then it says, please unblock challenges. Okay, so it looks like my blocker is, yeah. So
let me grab it on my side.
You might have to do it. I'll put it in the private chat.
Yeah,
And
I
then
got
you
my
can pull
VPN
it up.
on, so
Okay, but yeah, I don't know a ton about OrdiSwap except for they're trying to build a swap, obviously, right, on layer 1. And when this news came out, I was like, wow, that's a big win for them, man, because Xverse is like, for Xverse to put their brand on the line like that, that means that OrdiSwap has something special.
Yeah,
don't you think?
Yeah, 100%. I really don't know much about OrdiSwap. I gotta dig in. I feel like I'm kind of left behind here because I didn't even know it was a thing, honestly.
Go to step 2. Scroll down.
This one?
No, down further.
Okay.
Right there. Right
here. App.ordiswap.fi.
Yep.
And this is my first time.
I did that with yours too. Huh.
It must be a system thing because I got a VPN on. There's no reason why it's doing that. But here we go.
Is it showing up now?
It's saying it's verifying that I'm human. I'm definitely human, I promise. I'm not AI. Yeah. Whoa, dude, this looks good, bro. I am feeling it. This looks amazing.
Let's see how that news affected Ord's price, because I put him in by more.
Are you able to like pay in fees with Ordi?
Oh, well, I don't know. Why is it showing Ordi on there?
No, I'm just saying, like, if OrdiSwap, you would think that take fees and they got a launch.
Dude, they're pretty low price right now too.
Ordi?
So, well, their ticker is ORDS, Ords.
Yeah.
And they have a 21 million supply, and it's like 4 cents, bro. Oh man, that might be a Giga Brain play right now. I'm actually looking at that because I mean, let's be honest. Like BRC20 is going to have another run up. They have to. I mean,
do they have to though? I think they will 100%. But like when you say have to, I guess when the new people come in, right? When the newer guys come in, I think. I mean, I think a lot of people are holding back.
Let's talk about why let's do some pros and cons. Why BRC20 should. Okay, so one, they're about to be bridgeable to Merlin, so that's already like attractive for people because the bridge over is only 4 blocks. It doesn't take long, and then once you're over there, it's really quick to swap. Okay, so I think people are going to be comfortable. It's a trusted founder in the space. Right, with Jeff, he's already built 3 platforms on Bitcoin layer 1. So that's the first thing. Number 2, this is the one that's been hanging, dangling over us, is the white module swap. So I won't even count that because it's just like so long. But like if it does come, it's going to be fast. And then you got OrdiSwap. This one right here. There is a race to the big, the layer 1 swap DEX or whatever. Once there's a solution for that, it should help with a lot of things. But I know one of your arguments is probably going to be, well, what's going to happen when runes comes, and we're just going to have to find out.
Yeah, the problem with BRC20 is so tap and CBRC20, and there's just so many different protocols right now that are all trying to be like basically an upgraded version of BRC20. But so that's the one con, right? But my pro to that argument would be BRC20's legacy. BRC20's first comes first. That's really big in our space. And to your point, and I guess I wasn't really picking up on, was in about, I don't know, about a week and a half, you're going to be able to have an Ordi Sats LP pool on Merlin Swap, right? You're going to
Yeah.
have actual trading, day
And
trading
for
happening.
sure, the ones that were like a lot of liquidity was staked
Yeah.
are going to probably have, like, they're already probably prepping those liquidity pools,
Yep.
right? Because if you think about it, like, they know if I'm Jeff, or like, sorry, maybe like Merlin Swap's team,
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm like, okay, we got to get Ordi and Sats
Yeah.
paired already. We got to get Rats and Sats paired, or Rats or whatever, Bitcoin. So it's going to be Ordi and Bitcoin, Sats and Bitcoin, Rats and Bitcoin. All those liquidity pairs, if I was them, I would have that stuff ready, because they're going to make money off of the transactions and the trading and the fees,
100%.
right?
Yep.
So that's why we're so bullish about, like, once the seal's open and these M tokens are open and you can bridge BRC20s over. Because I'll tell you what, guys, I know you haven't seen my honk post, but I hold every single bag of honk still. And once that bridge opens, believe me, I'm gonna turn into a goose. I'm gonna be honking, flying V with my goose group or whatever. But people are gonna start creating liquidity over there and doing and
100%.
trading and stuff. So it's gonna be exciting.
And I really haven't thought really much into that, and that's going to be really big. Now I think about like a honk hoo hoo LP pool, like there's going to be a lot of LP pools that are really going to take
cross
off.
LPs.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. I mean, that's something that I really didn't think about, and yeah, it's just, and who knows what could happen with these other. I mean, Jeff's saying there's 100 dApps coming, right? Who knows what some of these dApps could do for some of these tokens, and it might be a really good idea if this dApp wants to take off to brand with a token that's already around. It already has like longevity, which is like things like honk. Like you could see honk swap, right? Someone could come in and buy a crap load of honk off the floor and then make that their official token. What that's going to do, that's going to bring a lot of people, oh, honk swap, oh, I love honk swap, they got goose in those, you can do different things with that could be where you lock your goose up and get the goose token, and there's so many possibilities. I'm so excited for
I mean, we haven't witnessed a like Ordi BTC liquidity pool swap at Sats BTC liquidity pool swap. I mean, just imagine like looking at that, like on Merlin Swap, the analytics page where it shows the total value. I think it's really going to shock people. Are going to be like, we're going to see those. And then, like you said, to your point, like the hoo-hoos and the Voyas and the whatever Elixirs, if they or whoever's around, not only are those already paired with BTC, but they're going to be able to pair with the strong ones, like you said, as well. Like Ordi, Sats. So I'm just like super excited for that to happen. But we got to wait. We got to be patient. We don't know when that's going to happen. Hopefully next week, I'm hoping, but we'll see.
And you got to remember too, I mean, there's things like Omni Swap, right? There, Dot Swap. There's a lot of places going to have a lot of liquidity pools, and you can see a lot of these BRC20s, which are that's one thing that are different than any other token. The entire supply is out in the open, right? There's only so much going on. There's no one's pumping new tokens into the space. There's no new Sats tokens that are coming. There's no new Ordi tokens that are coming. There's no new honk tokens that are coming. So that's another. I'm actually starting to get more bullish on BRC20s than I've ever been before.
Yeah,
and I've been very bearish.
It's going to be a trickle effect. That's why.
Yeah.
And honestly, I know everybody's like, you guys are Merlin boys, blah blah blah. But like, just think logically, real quick. These BRC20s have not had like free flowing liquidity. I know Dot Swap has done a great job for what you can do on layer one. Yeah, I want to give them credit, because they have been working hard. But not there's not a ton of people trading on there yet, right? But once they do get over to Merlin, they build up the liquidity pools, and they have like Ordi and Sats will have large liquidity total values. Like I bet like they'll start off with like 30 to 50 million at first, and that will just build up, right? I don't know, Merlin boys, no, I'm just kidding.
So Jeff, they call me and Yago B the Merlin boys because apparently we can't get enough of you of your chain that you've built over there. So that is what that means, that when they say Merlin boys, it is because apparently we love your chain so much that they branded us as Merlin boys.
I mean, Shizzy got a tattoo. I'm not gonna lie.
I do. What if I did, bro? What if I pulled up and it said Merlin?
No, it says M dash Shizzy. That's your M token. No,
yeah, I'm gonna get the Imagine Boo tattoo on my head. The M.
but back to the logical part of the brain, right? So
yeah,
you know, you're gonna see all these like liquidity pools, and people are gonna be like bullish about it, right? And then what's gonna happen is people are gonna want to bridge over, or that's also gonna just have a counter effect over on layer one's pricing, right? Because like if like the liquidity pools and the total value of already just starts to go up big time because everybody knows it and what it is. And then like the price of it over on Merlin chain, let's say it's at like $100, but on Unisat and OKX it's at 80. Then what's going to happen? All the people are going to change their prices and they're going to move them to like 90, 95, closer to what's happening on Merlin chain. It's going to be a cause and effect. And so that's why I don't think people realize that this could be such a positive thing. And it's not just for BRC20, it's for everything else.
100%. I 100% agree. And with, that's, at Sam Bankman-Fried, that's how he made most of his money, right? From arbitrage trading. So that's going to open up huge arbitrage trading between, let's just say Unisat or OKX and what's happening on Merlin. And you got to remember too on Gate.io and MEXC and all these other centralized exchanges as well, because they're all going to hold these Merlin PRC20s and ERC20 and everything else. They're going to hold everything. But yeah.
So back to Ords real quick. I think that was a good move.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I think Ord swap. I'm gonna dig into this, and maybe we should do a spotlight on it, alpha spotlight on and kind of maybe we can
next week. Yeah, we'll do it next week because we got.
Down the line. Down the line.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure. Definitely like to have them on the channel. But go back to that statement.
Oh, hold on, wrong one. Here we go. I think Voya took most liquidity from Hoo. What do you guys think about that? I think Jeff's loving that because Jeff is a BRC20 maxi, and he's loving the fact that Merlin chain has the top coin right now is a. I could be wrong. I'm just looking at the outside looking in. I don't want to put any words in his mouth, but I just think that he loves the fact that Voya is a BRC20.
Yeah, it definitely did take the liquidity from Hoo. And it was like the new hot thing on the chain. But I still got belief in Hoo because I got my bags. So let's go ahead and Hoo community. Come on, let's get out there. Let's
fire sale.
Yeah, let's go to a cat cafe and then freaking get this Hoo token to the moon.
Let's get this real quick. So what happened with this 4 billion TVL? So I looked on the thing. It's saying 2 billion. So why earlier did everyone come out and say it was 4 billion?
It's because Genie Data mispriced rats.
Okay.
Had it at 6 cents or something. And let me see.
Screener.
Yeah. Rats was at like 6 cents, dude. And so that actually and Young's parallel, it actually got all the way to 10 billion on Genie Data's total value for Merlin chain. I was like, what is going on? It touched 10 million. There was 10 billion. There was $8 billion of value in rats. And I was like, this can't be right. And it wasn't. It was because they mispriced it.
Ooh. So my prediction is not happening.
I think we got to give it some time with Hoo, man. We got to give it some time.
I'm gonna move my line here,
like further down, like where it never even touches.
But I'm still bullish on Hoo. Who's the test token, the very first token that ever beat on Merlin? I think it'll always have that value. And I'm still very bullish on who I'm a I'm a
still,
bag holder now, but
it's still like the playful meme on Merlin though. Like
yeah.
Voya is a meme token, but it's not like it's like kind of, you know, it's not as playful. It's not like a cartoon cat. You know what I'm saying? And the cartoon ones are the ones that like still hang on and stuff. And I think Voya will too, because it's the first BRC20 that launched over there. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
I think you have to ignore this because this was the airdrop launch, and I think so. I think the real chart should be like that. But yeah.
Yep. All right. You want to get to some questions or?
Yeah, we got anything? Dude, this is looking really nice though, chart wise, man. Look at that. It's at almost. It just broke through the all-time high. It's retesting now, but that could be, dude. You might see a run here. I might have to run to my MetaMask real quick and buy some more, but this could break through. Yeah, dude. Look at that. It's broke through. Normally, when this happens, from my experience, is you know,
with the resistance,
it's gonna come back down a little bit, and then it's gonna break through. And I think you're gonna see something on the lines of like something like this right here, like a little dip down, and then something like that, and then maybe like a dip down, and then something like that. So I mean, you could see this up at $3, dude. This is nothing to joke with right now. It's so much momentum.
Right now, should I move all my hoo-hoo into Voya? You tell me.
I don't think you would lose. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to give you financial advice, Jacoby. You ask me all the time, and I tell you the same thing, bro. I'm not a financial advisor.
You passed the test. You passed the test. You passed the test. Because I'm about to call my lawyer and be like, someone give me financial advice.
We have the same lawyer.
And my partner. He's going to be like, Chizzy?
So, guys, just so you guys know, if you guys want to sue us, we do have lawyers. So just know that we're going to take this to court. We're going to get up. We're going to battle in court because we actually have financial advisors. But yeah.
All right. So
someone
Go ahead. Buy Voya. Yeah, buy Voya. Go back to Mike's question though, or I have it here. Yeah, what are some price predictions for Merlin based on current TVL? So I mean, that's hard to tell.
2.1 billion tokens. I think at the end of the bull market, I think you see it around $8.
Woo!
Which I think it gets that big because you got to remember, if you look at I think it gets to where Matic is now. I think because if you look at Matic on CoinGecko, and I think Merlin is the Polygon Matic of the cycle. I truly believe that.
Dude, $8 is gonna be $16.8 billion.
Dude, that's market cap. Right now. If you look at it, Solana is 44 billion. Right?
Yeah.
You're telling me that Merlin couldn't get to 16?
What's Arbitrum? Just curious. Can you look it up?
Yeah. So right now, in TVL wise, you have what did I say? Solana. So yeah, Solana is.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about TVL. Just tell me the price of.
No, this ain't TVL. This is market cap. Solana is at $44 billion market cap. Cardano, crappy Cardano is at $20 billion market cap. You telling me Merlin can't get in your Cardano?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Cardano has been around since 2017, right? Or something like that's a long time. Just what is Matic at? 9 billion.
9 billion.
Keep going down.
Yeah. Well, Arbitrum.
Yeah, because it's newer too. That token is newer. That's why I'm curious.
Where is Arbitrum?
It should be on there.
There it is.
Oh, what is it?
2 billion.
Okay, 2 billion. Got it.
And 2 billion right now. Like Arbitrum's at the same price that it was when it dropped.
And it also was like one of the later layer 2s that came out. You know, so this is the first no, not the first. It's like one of the first that support. It's the first that supports ordinals sidechain.
Yeah.
You know, like that strong like
uses Bitcoin as its gas token. Like,
yeah. That was so smart. That was such a good move.
Smart, man. Shout out, Jeff.
Because have you been seeing the?
It says look at FDV, not market cap. I don't see that over here. Where do I look at? Was that full value? What is it? What is it? FDV?
It's right here. Hold on. Fully diluted.
Diluted. Okay, I see. Okay. So what would be Polygon Matic fully diluted?
Well, you gotta click on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it.
When you click on it, just look for the
So the fully
diluted market cap.
diluted. Yeah, I think it's fully diluted for
Yeah,
Polygon.
so it's not.
Well,
It's really close. It's actually really close. Yeah. So, but like back to our point, you know, because I think was it David Bailey or somebody else that is from Bitcoin Magazine came out and said, you know, the side chains and layer twos that use a token, a separate token for gas, is something that they're not really big on.
Yeah,
I don't know. You know, like, so I don't know if it was just like token in general having one, or if it was like the gas fee token, because Bitcoin was selected intentionally for this chain to be the fee token. I think that was really, really smart. But yeah,
Jeff knows what he's doing, man. Like everything, you know, everything he's done so far has been on point. Like it's been almost perfect. I mean, you had guys like Bob Bodley come out today and kind of give a FUD with the no documents. Jeff's not a guy who writes things down. He's a guy who builds, right? So that's what I was thinking when I was reading that earlier. I was like, Jeff's not going to sit down and write things down. He's going to be first to market. He's going to put everything down. He's going to create. They're going to build, and they'll do the paperwork later. It's just kind of like, you know,
well,
they do a project.
I think Bob had a pretty fair take on it. Like he had
did.
like all the like, and Bob is pretty technical, like from what we've known, and we've had him on the show. But he kind of just did like a pros and cons to it, and I think he's done that with all of them. It's not just like Merlin, but yeah. So as time goes on, I think he'll be able to dig into it more. And I think a lot of the Western like developers and stuff aren't super familiar with like Particle Network and how they assist on the Bitcoin side. You know what I mean? And so once they learn, they just need to learn about that. It's really simple. Just go learn about Particle Network and how they're able to enable like these Bitcoin wallets to interact with the chain. You know,
100%.
but yeah.
One quick question. We can knock this out real quick. What if we can pay for gas in BTC or Merle? So the Merlin token is kind of like the Arbitrum token, where it's only for governance. And the Bitcoin is actually kind of like how Arbitrum uses Ethereum as the gas token. So that's what kind of what Bitmap.tech is doing with this. The team over there is they're making Bitcoin will always be the fee token. So.
Yep. I think that and I actually love that about Arbitrum. Whenever I use it, I'm just like, oh my god, I can just use my ETH, and I don't have to pay freaking huge ETH fees. Like when I'm on ETH. So, but yeah. All right. Let's see. Next thing here. So Tap Protocol is the only infrastructure provider indexing the NAT stuff. So I feel like this is kind of like a start to you know, what they have planned in terms of being like the track systems and the tap, like with whatever the plan they have with bitmaps on that side, which I've always said, you know, I hope that tap does great on layer one, because that's what their focus is, right? So I think that like if they can build out like a strong indexing infrastructure for like this metaverse world, whatever they're trying to do there, on layer one, then that's awesome for them. Because I will say this, you know, like look, Tap has gotten momentum in terms of like the VCs, like Scry Labs has really set them up nicely. And you made a comment and you said that they don't really have much of the Chinese community, but I think that statement is a bit incorrect, because Jason Fang, right? It's from he represents Sora, right? And so Jason Fang doesn't live here. He lives in
Singapore,
I think it's Taiwan, I thought, but maybe
Taiwan.
Singapore.
Okay,
that's what I thought. But anyway, so they're working on trying to get some of the Chinese community, you know, connected to them as well. But like, I think that there needs to be like this kind of like look yourself in the mirror moment for all these big players in the space, right?
Yeah.
Like we're talking about Benny, even Jeff, and even like you know, Blockrunner's a big builder in the space too, but like Unisat and who else is on the West that's kind of building besides Benny?
The West building Ordinals. Oh, you would Udi and Eric, and then you have like
X-Verse.
Trevor,
X-Verse.
X-Verse. Yeah.
Okay. So my point that I'm saying is that
Well,
like I think
isn't Jan's in Asia as well?
he is in Asia, but I think he's from Germany. But anyways,
Okay.
I don't know where X-Verse comes from. But anyways, and then you have Alex and all that stuff too, which is Asia. My point is that like I think people need to look at like their current goal and also like realize that look, if you're focused on like layer 1, make that shit awesome. Freaking do your best at that, right? Because like the side chains aren't necessarily like they're not trying to build on there. Yes, there's assets that are crossing over and back and forth, but you're on Bitcoin layer 1, dude. Like you don't have to worry about anything. You know what I'm saying? If you are building on Bitcoin layer 1 and you're building infrastructure, dude, like worry about the people that are like trying to attack that, and same thing on the side chains and same thing on like with the wallets and everything. I bring this up because like I feel like there's like a bunch of like this unnecessary like fear of like my pie piece of the pie is getting taken, but like it's a totally different area that's being worked on.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, man. It doesn't wind me up. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't get me going. And I wish it did. I really do. It's just, I don't know.
Nevertheless, though, there
Yeah.
will always be high demand once a layer like a major layer 1 on-chain economy gets built. There will always be that high demand, and liquidity will always flow back and forth. If you have a strong side chain like Merlin, and if Stacks has that Nakamoto update, whatever happens with that, yes, the liquidity will flow to those because it's more flexibility with what you can do with the assets. But if you do have that strong on-chain economy on layer 1, it always goes back, and then it goes back and forth. We saw it on Ethereum.
Yeah, I agree.
100%. You're right. Like meme season was the biggest tokens were on Ethereum.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm just trying to say is that like, like we can all like there will be enough liquidity once like that liquidity comes in. We've hit the previous cycle's all-time high. Random people are buying Bitcoin, whatever. That's going to happen. And I think once that happens, people will relax a little bit, right? Because they're like, oh shoot, I didn't realize that like there was going to be so much to where like what I'm doing over here is being super successful, and whatever they're doing over there is being super successful. And you know what I'm saying? And I just think that's.
I mean, you're 100% right, because that's kind of what happened with I remember last cycle, Binance Smart Chain really took off, right? But like the people over there made a crap ton of money, but then Phantoms when they would take off, and they made a crap ton of money, and then like down the line, it was Chronos. So it was just like everything kind of had its time, and like when you were on one chain, you really weren't paying attention to see what was going over there because you were just in the moment and you were just sucking in, everyone was making money, everyone was happy, every chain you were kind of always kind of looking over, eyeing Ethereum up, like what's going on over there, but then you were kind of really just kind of focusing on what you were focused on. So, but you are 100% right. I think that you're 100%. Like, yeah, I agree.
So I think the same thing's gonna happen, and like I think they're just worried that like everybody's gonna have like a chance to make money almost at like very simultaneously, but there's always going to be one that's a little bit higher for that moment, right? Because that's a hot new thing, and then the next one will be the hot new thing, but you'll still be able to do well. And if people are smart enough, they know how to play. Now the new people, they got to pay their tuition like everybody did, right? And that sucks. But
tuition, I mean, people pay hundreds of $1,000s for Harvard, right? I think crypto is the same price. Like, crypto is the same price as the Harvard degree. I learned a lot, dude. I was that guy last cycle, and I'm ready to capitalize on what I've learned over my 4 years in crypto college. So,
yeah. This is a good statement right here. It's he said, "I don't know about that. Someone has to lose 100%, 1,000%." Let's be real. Like this becomes now institutions coming in definitely changes the flow of it. It's not going to hit as hard in terms of your losses. You are going to lose though, but it's just like it's going to be more. I would say like eventually, it's not going to be like stocks are, but like it will be little hints of that, right? Because there's just more control from the institutions on Bitcoin's price and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like crypto's always been like a zero sum type of game, right? You just got to
Yeah.
be smart and get in and do things like that. And so, but our point that we're trying to make is like we're in the beginning of the bull market, bro. So like and if this is the super cycle and it's stressed out, then there's
Yeah.
going to be ample enough time for chains to do well simultaneously.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a new question actually just came in that kind of leads us over onto our big news for today's episode, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
do you want to break that down?
Yeah. So if you are an OG pass holder, then let me get the exact details here. So so the yellow cloaks for the council, they get the guaranteed whitelist spot for the ToshiPad token launch. But what they did for us is said, okay, look, you guys are OGs. They were one of the first teams we interviewed. So shout out to them, Surge, Zam, that whole team. So they did give us a 300 allocation for whitelist for this token launch. But it is first come, first serve. So your wallet should be we are going to go over the OG holders addresses probably early tomorrow morning, and I'm going to turn those in. So if you're holding one and if you don't have one, you might want to get one if you want to be in this launch, or possibly get in this launch, right? Because they're going to give us whitelists for these addresses. It's not guaranteed though, but they said first come, first serve. So just try to get there as fast as you can once it opens, and then put your wallet in.
I think you have plenty of time. I'm not too worried about getting in. Like I think if you get in within the first 10-15 minutes, I think you'll be fine. I don't think you have to like sit there and jack thing up. I think if you're interested in this whitelist opportunity that we've offered our pass holders, you definitely have an opportunity. And we're gonna do snapshot 12 hours. That's fair, right?
Yeah.
Well, so we'll do a snapshot around 10:30 tomorrow morning Eastern time. So if you don't have a pass, you have 12 hours to get yourself a pass. The snapshot will be there, and you can get the TSHX token. So I will be in line. I have money put aside for this. I'm very bullish on launch pads. And I think ToshiPad could be something really special. They already have a launch planned already, which is if you look, it's the 8. What is the 8, right? You know what I'm talking about?
What the token that they have?
Yeah, here we go.
Oh,
their next one. So this is 15 days. So I'm guessing holding the ToshiPad token will get you some big deals with these guys. I know Surge has been talking about these guys for a really long time, and I think this is going to be a pretty big deal. And getting that token also will get you into this as well.
Yeah, and just to give you guys a heads up, similar groups and maybe like loosely affiliated, you got like .com, and then ORNJ, I believe, is kind of close to .com, and I'm not saying that those were council people, but there was definitely like some advising and stuff like that, like helping out, and so this 10 and 8. Actually, what I'm hearing is people are really bullish on it, but I don't know. I'll probably try to participate in this. But anyways, yeah. So this is another benefit. Like we said, look, we feel like you guys will have the opportunity. They offered it to us, and we said they actually, to be honest, they offered us like way less than 300.
They offered us 5, and then
they offered it was 10. It was
5 and 5. It was 5, but it was 5 and 5, right?
Yeah, 5 and the thing, but like. Because they didn't realize what we were gonna ask them next, which was, we went straight to the OG pass. We went straight to the OG pass holders and said our community, we got 300, and they were kind of like, okay, you guys, we've known y'all for a while, so so we're gonna collect those. And
here's the tokenomics on that token as well. It's 21 million. And it's all in one wallet, so it's all in that wallet. So I'm guessing they'll be really split up. I'm hoping. I hope there ain't too much of an allocation to one hold, and it's looking like because it's a whitelist opportunity that it's not. So I'm very bullish on this token. I love tokens with teams behind them, and the council's been here for a really long time. And I think that this is their kind of like their second shot at the big time, and I don't think they're going to miss. And I like teams that have made mistakes in the past, because I feel like without those type of mistakes, you can't get better. You can't. I don't want a new team to come like that. Won't really excite me. That's why I'm bullish on bitmap.tech and stuff like that, because these guys have proven projects, right? And I think that these guys are going to have their first proven project with Hoshipad. But
yeah, could you go to the actual website?
Sure.
And go to the homepage.
Yeah.
Go to the homepage. This is one of the cleanest looking launch pads that I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you scroll down, you can kind of see
meet the council,
upcoming projects. Keep going. I think they have like a partners part at the bottom. Our partnership. Yeah. So Magic Eden, OKX, a lot of good sized players, and then we've known these guys for a long time.
Yeah. So so we're definitely biased because we've been friends with Surge since what was that, June? Yeah. So, but I think it's a good buy. I truly don't, not financial advice. When I say it's a good buy, it's because I think it's a good buy for me. Because I'm going to put in money that I can afford to lose, and I think you guys should, if you're going to play this game, play it on that level. But
yep. All right, the last one I want to go to is this one right here, Sora. So guys, this is like some of the momentum that like the track core systems and stuff has really picked up, because Sora is a I don't know if you call them a venture capitalist, but they probably are, right? But they're an investment firm that is kind of backing that whole thing, right? And they launched the Sora token. Well, they didn't launch the Sora token. A community member, I guess, launched the Sora token, but they seem like they're definitely supporting it, like Jason Fang and that whole group. And look at it; it's at 11 cents. It started like really low, and it's a 21 million supply token as well. So, they are doing things over there. They got Sora and they have Karma token. They have the base token from BasePad, and Gib, right? And so, it is building out. And I want to give those guys credit. I give them credit, dude. Like, one thing you can't ever take away from Benny is his work ethic. Like, that dude grinds. And it shows. And he built his community up, and so that's I think that's the last thing, man. We covered a lot of stuff today.
We went 30 minutes over. We're in the after hour right now. But I'm definitely going to start looking into track more. I'm going to start looking into the ecosystem more, the tap ecosystem. Even though guys like Ivan on Tech, he comes out and he says the tap protocol is dropping soon, and all that stuff. He knows nothing about tap, so he's highly paid by them, because he talks about it every single episode, and he knows nothing about it. He has no idea that you can buy tap tokens right now, that tap tokens are alive, that you can use Ordinal's wallet. Ivan on Tech, the big YouTuber.
That's so funny. Like, I saw his post, and he was just like, once I get that breakdown video, y'all are gonna go nuts. And I'm just like,
it's already out.
You want me to do the breakdown video?
we could do it for you, guy. Like, but that just shows you that
the reach.
I won't say reach, but they're definitely paying these bigger YouTubers. And it's just funny because like people say that we're getting paid off by stuff like that, and we have never taken a dime from anybody. And then the guys like, and I think that's kind of why I was so put off on tap as well, is because the guys like Ivan on Tech is pumping it and he knows nothing about it, which shows you that he's not truly bullish on it. He's just getting paid. So
yeah, for sure. I do want to actually answer this. So Devado Lopez, guys, have you tried the Traverse security vaults? We didn't actually put anything in there. We did go to the site. We saw that you can switch to Bitcoin, which is great. We had Kareem, which is one of the founders, on our show. I want to say like a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. But he wants to jump back on. So we send him our availability, and hopefully we can get him on maybe this next week, because he wants to do a walkthrough of how to stake something.
I would love that.
Or how to put assets into a security vault. Because guys, like basically, if you think about it, kind of like obviously Kobo is like a really they've been in the space, they've worked, they have a good reputation, and that's who Merlin Chain's working with on the Bitcoin side, right? For MPC wallet custodial. But like Traverse is trying to build their name up for like wallet custodial vaults, right? And so I think that's important because like they're not going to be as big as Kobo. Kobo's huge, right?
Yes.
But they can be that middle guy that's like, hey, look, let's say me and Shizzy just came in, we have DeFi experience or something, and we came over to Bitcoin and we want to do something, but we need to put a treasury together. We can use Traverse. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying we'll see what happens, but like it'll be interesting because I mean I like Kareem. He was awesome when we had him on the show.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I would love for him to kind of give us a tour of
Walk
everything.
through.
That'd be really cool. So did you see any of this? Any thoughts on the BRC20 rig miners that came out today?
I missed it, man, because I just So soon I'm gonna be able to be better, like how I was with like researching. I just like my time's been definitely like tight because I'm just need to be in different places right now. But pretty soon that's gonna be. I'll be back on it, guys. I promise you. But like the rig miners, I did see something about that on the.
Holy crap,
Twitter,
dude! $25 mint is now going for $2,000.
Really?
I'm gonna bring it up real quick here. This is new to me. I don't know how I missed this. You guys are on it before I am here. But I am here. Try and bring it up because I'm struggling.
What's the supply?
I have no idea. It won't come up for me.
Let me see. But are they selling though? That's the question.
Is this it right here? Right, 125 of them. Oh, it's a really low supply. Is that what? Is that the main
that's
one?
That's probably why. How many?
So it says they're all minted out. My computer's struggling with. I got too much stuff open right now.
Oh, okay. I see right here. Oh, there's 125.
Bring up your screen.
Yeah, there's 125 of them. So
okay, like so we probably didn't really have a chance to get in. It probably got $25 royalty.
Wow, that's cheap. Oh, they're not.
What are they going for?
Like 96.
Oh, okay.
Bucks, yeah. But let's see if they have a website. Let's see if they have a website. Oh, they don't have a website yet, guys. So yeah, I really can't talk on this, but I did see someone post about it. I mean, they said they minted out really quick, but $125 is not, or 125 total supply doesn't take long. But yeah, we'll look into them and we'll do some research on them and see, what's going on. But another thing, guys, is that like all this stuff is going to be bridgeable.
Yeah.
I hate that I keep talking about that. Like Merlin Chain is like, this is like another thing though, right? And our OG passes could be bridgeable, by the way. I'm going to bring that up.
OG pass to the moon.
They're just so
shout out
beautiful. Yeah, these are our OG passes here. So yeah, these will be bridgeable.
How much volume we got? This 14 million? 14 million? No, 14,000.
14 million. I mean, it just launched like 4 days ago. But I wonder, like, once these are bridged, though, will the images be over? Because that would be cool.
Why not?
Yeah, that would be cool to see the images. Maybe they can point, because what they'll be able to do probably is point to Bitcoin for the image,
Yep.
But yeah.
Could you show the Verothium mines real quick? Because we did have a question about the Verothium mines. Any update about launching their next phase? So, guys, we are advisors on this project, but
we can't talk about it yet, though.
Can we a little bit?
He's
come on, just a little bit. All right. There's something.
You can give a hint. Give a little hint. I don't know. Your hint is probably going to give everything away. We'll just say this: there is very exciting stuff that's about to happen.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. And it's not. It's well, they already announced that they pivoted to Merlin Chain.
Yeah.
But it's going to be very exciting. That's all I'll say.
I'm just going to say what it is.
Yeah.
Why did you mute me, man?
that was a good one. That was a good one.
All right. Anything else?
Think. Oh, we said we were gonna do a giveaway.
Oh
So
yeah. Let's do the giveaway. How do you want to do it? It's always so tough. Danny was telling us to do it do the chat. So I don't know, because he said he wasn't really a big fan of the way we did it and not with the pass. So what do you want to do?
okay.
Let's have them like tweet at somebody. The first person to tweet at Big God or something like that. No, I'm kidding. But who should we stir up? Who should we send a lot of tweets to?
Well,
Send
should
it
we
to
do
Bob
that?
Bodley.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, should we do the trivia thing on the actual pass? Because that might take some people time.
Well, Danny said he didn't like that. He said it. I don't know.
No, I mean,
I was
like they
getting
could do
ready.
they could do the chat in here. They can do,
But
but
my
then
problem is we don't know who the first person is. Like
yeah.
just
Also,
because we're using StreamYard and YouTube, it might not be the exact same what you guys see than what we see. That's the only
yeah.
problem with that.
Should we just do the wheel? How many people we got in here though?
Dude,
That's a
putting
lot.
that wheel on. I got 80 people watching right now. Post the
Oh,
question.
you know what we could do? We could just say, look,
Twitter poll.
we're gonna we'll just do the giveaway on our Twitter.
Yeah.
Right after
Well,
this,
what should be the question?
right after the show ends.
All right, you want to do it that way?
Yeah. So I'll post the question.
What do you want the question? Let's announce the question.
Okay. So it's a trivia about the actual. It's gonna be kind of hard, guys, because if you win this, you get a pass.
So Big God is Bit Angel's uncle.
Really? I would think.
I love the random stuff that just popped in.
I thought it would be your.
Oh, we can't do that because Vision is blocked by Big.
No, we're not.
I know.
You should get blocked by Big God.
Maybe
I thought you were Eric back in the day.
No, Vision is always in the Ordinal support desk, so that's probably why.
Okay. All right, guys. Can I click on one of these? Yeah. Okay, so you can see this right here.
Yeah.
All right, this is for the giveaway, and we're gonna post this question on our Twitter too. So people on Twitter be able to win it then? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you guys get the head start. Y'all get the head start. Okay, so there's a string of characters right here. You can see I'm going over this, right? You see right here SY072723. SY means something, and then the numbers mean something. What you need to do is post the answer on the Twitter question, and whoever gets it, and it's gonna be on the Ordinal Revolution Twitter. Whoever gets it first is going to get the pass.
Should we give them some hints or no?
No, because this is almost $1,000 pass. They got to work for this one.
We're giving away a pass.
Yeah.
Ooh. What does the string of characters mean on the OG pass? Winner.
And you should probably add the image of the pass. So.
Okay.
Do you want me to send you a screenshot of it?
Yeah, that'll probably help.
Okay.
Quiet time. All right. I have it written up. Now I just need the pass. What do you guys think it is? Put in the comments. What do you guys think? Don't put your answer because you might get front ran, but I'm curious what everyone thinks. Here, so.
A little Easter egg in there. All right, I just sent it to your thing. Oh, wait, hold on. One last thing before we get off, though.
No.
What happened?
No, it's all good.
So I want to show off this character here, Mr. Shitty. I like it. Good job, dude. Dude, you did a great job on this. This is Mr. Shitty, one of our awesome community members.
It's not shitty, it's sheety.
Mr. Sheedy. Mr. Sheedy. You're shitty. Someone called you shitty
I'm
today.
shitty, yeah.
Mr. Sheedy. Yeah, he's been a Ordinal Revolution member for a while. Good dude, awesome community member. But this is awesome. I'm definitely gonna mint one of these, and you guys should support our
That's
community
awesome.
members too.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna mint a few. How many do? That he didn't do so many. Almost 1,500. Shout out, Mr.
Yeah.
Sheedy. Definitely go $4.54. He's definitely worth that. Shout out, Mr. Sheedy. I will be supporting you, buddy.
Awesome. And you
But
can
yeah,
use
so
that
here it is.
if you do mint it, you can use it in the bitmap.game. So go ahead.
Everything look good with this?
Yep. Well, read that to me though. Sorry.
It says, what is the meaning of the sequence of characters on the OG pass? The winner will receive a free pass. Good?
Yep. Good. You already posted it?
Yep, it's posted. We got a comment yet? Shizzy and Yagobi first podcast. Let's see. We need the exact meaning.
So
he's I don't know.
halfway.
He's halfway there. We need the exact meaning.
All right, that's the only hints that we're gonna give out.
Yeah.
Once we get that, and it doesn't have to be while we're live because people are gonna probably try to guess.
Yeah. But that's close. But yeah, we will see. Shout out Hype. Shout out Mouse. Shout out Hype. It's my man.
Hype. I got my
So
blue eyes.
Gip.
Hype. I got my blue eyes. My blue eyes Keck. My KMB, man. Those are gonna be worth millions one day.
Man, I'm curious someone's gonna get it.
A milli.
What is the date though, guys? What is the date? You're telling me the date. No one's telling me. You got to tell me the date. You got to tell me the date here.
Well, it's also it's that event isn't right. It's not. It has something to do with.
Yeah, it's not the first podcast.
Yeah, that's not.
Our first podcast was back in like January.
Yeah.
So that date means something as well. We're gonna need what the meaning of that date was. And if you go to Yagobi's,
don't tell them nothing.
Someone got it. Should we give it to this?
Oh,
person?
they did.
Well, they just said the date, but you got to tell us what that meaning means.
Yeah. What is it? What does it mean? Like, what is?
Why is that date there?
You got the first part right.
Yeah, and there might be a hint on one of our Twitters. All right,
that's it. Yeah,
that's it. All right, we're gonna end it there.
Yep. And we'll announce the winner once someone gets it. And yeah.
But yeah, man, it was a great show. We have 90 people in here right now. We appreciate every single one of you guys. Join our membership. Check out our website, ordinalrevolution.com. If you're going to ETH Denver, make sure you're rocking your Ordinal gear. We have we have this hat right there. You guys can get on that site as well. It's not the same, it's a little different, but it's the best that we could do. And definitely check that out. And just appreciate you guys. And so thankful for you guys giving us the opportunity to be a platform. Shout out everyone in the comments. Shout out Hype. Shout out Mr. Sheedy. Shout out Danny Boy Nelson. Shout out, Bitmap Tech was in here. Shout out Jeff with everything he's doing for the Ordinal community, giving us some swaps and stuff over there on his chain. So very bullish on all that. So any last words?
Just know that our opinions doesn't mean like we don't like somebody or a group of people. Like we like everybody for the most part, right? Like, but we are going to be who we are, and we know that you guys love us for that, and we love you guys for that as well. And join our Discord, join our membership. If you want to, you can get into the minds of Shizzy and Yagobi. Also, the OG pass, already 2 benefits, and there's going to be more in the future. So, and then we will have that announcement about the Verothium gas mines, because y'all are going to be stoked about that. I'm hype about it. Like,
man, guys, a question, because I don't know this. The owning a Verothium gas mine, does this give you an opportunity for phase 2?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So if by me going out and buying them, I will get some type of
if you own because you're gonna have to cross it over anyway. So
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That's the show. We have remember, join our spaces on Saturday. We have Paris's video coming out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Check that out. She is having her mint tomorrow. The Julio, man. I'm excited for this. We're on the wait list.
This is the most excited I am about any of her mints, and she does a lot of great work. But I'm definitely minting. And yeah, just it's gonna be awesome.
And everything you need to know is in that video. The video is coming out 2 hours before the mint. It'll be out. I'm going to put it at 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific. She asked for that time specifically, so we're going to do that for her. Shout out Paris. Shout out everything she's doing for her community and the Ordinal space in general. Check that video out. Saturday morning, we have our spaces. We have an Alpha Spotlight video we're going to do. Hopefully, we can get Maddieverse to join us for that one. If you're listening, definitely want to get you that. Sunday, we got, obviously, we have our weekend update. And then we got start a new week, but that's our show. See you guys.
Peace.
Ordinal revolution. Let's go.